cooking kind of took me out of the place. It kind of made me feel like I was at home cooking for my family,
Okay.
And that just kind of kept me sane.
Right.
Another thing kept me sane was doing hair also in the prison. So when I would leave work, people would sign me up to do their hair, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Hello, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe, and I am Sade.
I'm Nina.
And today we're going to talk about a daily routine in prison. What does that look like? A scheduled routine, what you do in prison on a daily basis. So, as I think about it, we will have to have a job.
What time do you get up for work in the morning in prison versus now that you're home?
Well, right now, in prison, I was getting up around 7 in the morning. Well, yeah, before 7, because industry had to be at work like 6:30, 7 in the morning.
Okay, so you kind of operate like you do on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So I had various jobs. One job in particular, I did food service, so I would have to be there early in the morning.
And what did you do on the as far as food service?
Well, I was the baker at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So I baked all the desserts with another girl.
Okay.
I was her assistant, but basically I pretty much helped her. I was probably the head of it anyway. Elnora, I'll never forget her. We had fun times. But
Elnora, what a name!
I know, right? So,
no disrespect.
She might be listening right now.
Right.
But we were planning to make dessert for 500, 600 people.
And wow, do you have to prep for that the day before?
It depends on what it is, but no, everything was fresh that day.
Okay.
So if we made, one day we'll decide to make apple crisp.
Okay.
It was made that morning. Apple crisp were pretty much done around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Okay, so how long did it take you to prep a 500 dessert tray for 500 women? How long did that take? Would you do that alone, or did you have any help?
We did it together.
Okay.
Me and Elnora, we did that. It was just a 2-person job.
Wow.
As a baker. And the system we had, it was pretty easy.
Okay.
They had the restaurant, style equipment, like the big kitchen, industrial size blenders, the ovens, everything.
So that made it a lot easier.
It made it so much easier.
Yeah.
So when we knew we'll multiply the servings to get that many trays.
Okay.
So I think we'll probably make 10 trays of apple crisp. It'll just be the flat apple crisp where you just dust your toppings on top. But it was really good.
Okay.
And your butter and all that stuff. And then we just cut them up. After it's done, baked, cut them up. Make sure we get so many in the pan.
Okay. So did you ever, funny thing is, being as though you're dealing with 500 personalities, did you ever get anyone to come to you and ask you how come their piece wasn't as big as the other?
Oh my God, all the time. Yes.
So, wow.
They would be like, could you give me a big piece? I want the big piece. So what they started doing, our kitchen staff, the supervisor.
Okay.
She would say, pick up whatever's this out here and keep on going.
Okay.
And they'll have an officer at the end with the desserts that say don't ask no questions or nothing, or you're going to get in trouble.
Right.
It was just too funny.
So people, they would really want to fight about their food. Like,
Man.
On the outside, now you have, what should I say? You have leeway when you're on the outside because you say, hey, I paid for this. Give me this hot. Give me this bigger.
Yes.
Why are you giving me that one? No, I want that one right there because you paid. But what would it be when you're on the inside? It's just get it and go.
Get in and just get whatever they hand you. You better take it. Don't even ask. It could be a flat on the stat on it. You better get it.
Right.
There's no doggone. You ain't getting. Can I get this piece because you warm that up? Nope. Mm-mm.
Oh wow.
No.
Did they ever ask you to warm theirs up, or did they ever try to rush to the line so they could get their
gosh?
dessert hot?
Let me tell you something. Look, when you know it's something really, really good.
Uh-huh.
Especially the holidays.
Oh, wow.
We'll make sweet potato pies. Oh, girl. Because I convinced them, let's do sweet potato instead of pumpkin.
Okay.
When they heard that I was making sweet potato pies, them first hour, 11 o'clock, would be so packed. Oh my God. People trying to speed walk. And, you can't even walk and run down the aisles. You can't down the corridors or anything, or you'll get in trouble. You know?
Right.
But yeah, it was terrible.
Okay. So baking, did you ever cook anything? Or you just baked?
I did cook for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, cooking was fun.
And being as though you had to enjoy where you're at, because nothing's like being in a bad situation and making it worse by being depressed.
Right.
So did cooking give you a sense of, humbleness and, therapy? Was it therapy for you while you were in there?
Yeah, cooking kind of took me out of the place. It kind of made me feel like, okay, putting everything together, not thinking about what's going on the inside.
Right.
It just took me to a better place, like I was at home cooking for my family, Okay. And that just kind of kept me sane. Right. Another thing kept me sane was doing hair also in the prison. So when I would leave work, people would sign me up to do their hair, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I didn't mind it.
While you were in there, because you have to have a job. Mm-hmm. So while you were in there, were you able to hustle your hair while you were in there? Did you get to, or did you just have to basically do it for free? Like, was it for practice? Because it actually wasn't for free, because it prepped you and prepared you and made you the best now that you're home, because you run a business, a hair business.
Well, you're supposed to do hair for free, for fun, for hobby in the prison. You can't swap out anything because you're not working for the prison doing hair. Right. So that was the thing. Some people hustled and probably got cookies or summer sausages to do people hair. You know what I'm saying? The beef summer sausage. Right. That was the main thing to get, But, it's just, it kept me busy. Okay. Kept me busy throughout the days.
Okay. So you got your cosmetology license while you were in prison?
No, I had my cosmetology license in the late 99.
Okay.
Way before I caught that charge going and got convicted to prison. So I already had my license and went to school, and I kind of maintained my license from the prison because they gave us the opportunity to pay our renewal. So that was nice, so I wouldn't be inactive. I was always active even inside prison.
Oh wow, that was beautiful, because you were still able to do hair while you were in there.
Yeah, but it's just they didn't do all that, because I think the last tail end I still was working. I still had hours to apply to the prior before going to prison. Okay. So that year I went to prison, I was to renew my license that year. Okay. In April. Okay. But so I used those prior hours at the Great Clips and the other salon I worked at. Okay. And then that just brought it out 3 more years, and I just renewed it one more time after that. Okay. Okay. Well, what was your what kept you on schedule? What did you do while in prison?
Okay, while I was in there, what I did was, when I first got in there, I learned from an older white woman that and I put emphasis on white, because one thing about prison is it's not a color situation. Not in the United States, not in the state of Minnesota. There's not really cliques as far as race goes. Mm-hmm.
For the women prison.
Staff, for the women prison. Now the staff, that's running the prison, they might have it color coordinated, but the inmates itself, you're naturally gonna bond with somebody of a different race. That just happens. Mm-hmm. Even if you're not hanging out with them every day, you're gonna take a liking to somebody of another race. So I was very crafty. I plunged myself into beading, knitting, crocheting, and I mastered them all very well. I used to make clothes and jewelry to survive. Even though my family sent me money while I was locked up, I took a liking. First month in prison, my first 30 days, even in the county jail, I took a liking to crocheting.
So answer me this. How did you get your material, your
Oh, I order
fabric?
off of SPO. It's called Special Purpose Order, right? So we were order from Fire Mountain Gems,
Yeah, I remember Fire
Hirschner's,
Oh, yeah.
and JMP Coats.
No, we didn't
The-
order from them.
Those companies, and I still buy JMP Coats to this day. Oh, and another company, Dick Blick.
Oh, yeah, Dick Blicks.
Dick Blicks.
Yeah.
So those companies kept every single prison afloat.
Yes, they did.
And it still does to this day. The good thing about back then when I was locked up, you can hustle. You can hustle. Anything that I made, I got paid for, whether it was the family sending me money to put on my books or my commissary, my locker was fat. And anybody that was paying me for something, especially it was for people that didn't have a lot of food in their locker, I just tell them to hold it for me and they'll put, a slick way we'll figure out to put my
Right.
name on it if I need to come get some of their food. And usually what I did was when I overdid, because see, every night was a party.
Oh,
we
yeah.
cooked together every night. So we barely ate in the lunchroom. Only time, like you said, we ate in the lunchroom was when it was a holiday. So what I did was, people wanted to get sweaters made, rugs made, flip-flops. I was real good at making crochet flip-flops.
Oh, yeah, they're nice,
to send
too.
to their families' birthdays, their kids. Put the Jordan and the Nike sign.
Right.
Doing that, putting the Jordan and the Nike sign, putting the cartoon characters all over the slippers and the hats and the sweaters. And, I just got better and better. And so that's how I made my time work while I was locked up. Also, you have to have a job, working within the system because the system got to get their money for you sleeping in their bed. So I always picked the orderly job.
Okay.
I worked in the visitation. I was an orderly in the visitation room, which that was a major thing because people would always try to give me their contraband, right?
Oh, God.
I can't talk about that even to this day. But yeah, I would do that. And then when I did work in the kitchen, I worked in the dish room.
Okay.
So one thing about doing dishes, who doesn't know how to do dishes, right? I like that for this reason. I had to get up, though. I hated it. At 4 a.m., get to the kitchen by 5. But I was off by 11. I ain't had to worry about it again. That was my only... I always had half day. See, the other girls, they would have to work a full 8-hour period.
Okay.
Me, I got the jobs that was going to take you anywhere from 1 hour to 4 hours. And I'm still
Right.
like that to this day.
Right?
I don't never
Part-time.
have part-time. I'm a part-time worker. I still want to do my full-time job for me.
Exactly.
I don't know where I learned that skill from to be an entrepreneur even
Somewhere in
as a child.
Africa.
Yes, girl,
That's what they do in Africa.
I gotta work part-time and the rest play. You know what I'm saying? Or while I'm playing, it's paying. If I'm gonna go outside and play, I'm gonna make it work for it to pay me. So that's what I did the whole time I was there.
So what other jobs did they have within your prison system?
Okay. So you could work on the it was called landscape, for landscaping,
Oh, yeah,
right?
we horticulture and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, landscaping, you could get your license being a landscaper. You can get your license being a plumber, your license doing being an electrician. While you can get those hours. That was a good thing. You can build those hours while you were in prison because they would teach you and allow you to be in the apprenticeship while you were in the apprenticeship program. That would take you outside the doors. So I always tell people, especially while listening to our podcast, you always, if you have a family member that's locked up or if you're in the middle of a case, don't make your situation be all that bad. It's not about depression. Remember, depression is the devil.
Yes.
And stress is the devil. No higher power, whichever higher power you deserve, you choose to believe in. Nothing at all about sadness is of a higher power. There, you don't have you're supposed to learn from the situation. So make the best of your time. Always know that if you get yourself in a situation, it's meant for something. It's meant for something, regardless if you think at the time because you want to do what you want to do that I'm missing out, but you're really not missing out.
No.
when you go into prison, you have to be still. So don't go in there being chaotic like you're still out on the street. Use the tool to educate yourself.
Yes.
Use the tool to make your situation better, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you definitely can become an attorney in there. There was
Yes.
so many girls in there that was so smart. They was getting people out of jail left and right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as of right now, to speed it up, someone that I had that just come home, and she got her own self out of prison due to COVID. She still had 5 years left. You see how God works?
Yeah.
She still had 5 years left, and she wrote up her own motion due to COVID and got her own self out of prison. And she's home now with her family. And this is her second time that she went to prison.
Oh, okay.
The first time she went in, she did like maybe 6 years. Now this time when she came in, she did about 10.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. No time for judgment. Judgment comes when it comes. Nobody knows, because nobody's died and came back and told us how it is after you die, right?
Okay. Yes.
So we are here never to judge anyone, but the lesson in this podcast today is just to make the best out of your situation, and we hope that this episode helped you in
Right.
some kind of way.
But you know what? Going back, like we said, your scheduled routine.
Exactly.
Somebody making you do these jobs in prison, make you work a 9 to 5, go to school, or do something productive with
Who
your time.
actually designed that?
I'm not sure.
9 to 5.
But you know what I'm saying? Why not? If you're going to work for 10 cents an hour, you know what I'm saying? Why not get out and be productive like you was in prison? Get in that same mind frame that they had forced you to do,
Right.
to do it for yourself when you're on the outs with your family. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Go find you a nice, something that you love to do, a job that you like to do, a hobby or something, and be productive. I mean, it's
Exactly.
plenty of people I see come out, they done worked hard in prison and even saved up the little tools and fuels they had in prison, which is hard to do for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything costs so much in the prison system.
Right.
And work the job in prison, but you get out and just be stagnant. Don't want to
Yes.
do nothing. Don't want to, I'm not working for the white man. You worked for the white man in prison.
Right.
Come on now. Stop making that an excuse.
Exactly. You can work for 10 cents. You can work for, if you can work for 10 cents, you can work for $10.
Right.
So if you can work for 10 cents, you can work for $10.
$10 an hour.
If you're forced to work for 10 cents, you can work for yourself
it just-
by choice for $10 an hour.
It makes me laugh because the same ones be like, they ain't paying enough.
Right.
And I'm just looking at them. They ain't paying enough.
No handouts, honey.
Oh my God. Yeah, so with that, we're going to close today. If you have any questions or anything you want us to talk about in our podcast or re-enlighten you and even go back to some of our other episodes, just let us know. Email us or
Yes, email us to shoot us a message or hit us on the DM at Meet the Shoe. Our Instagram, Meet the Shoe. Our email is meettheshoe@gmail.com. Actually, Meet the Shoe 2019, right?
Yeah, 2019 at gmail.com.
And just let us know. Thank you for tuning in.
Have a good day.